All right, YouTube. This one's kind of an interesting one. So this is a 2008 Dodge. It's a Sterling Bullet, which is like a 5500. I believe they're only made like 2 years. More of like a commercial vehicle. But I currently just got done doing a G56 swap. The only thing I'm waiting on is the driveline to be shortened and the front one to be lengthened. No, that's wrong. Flip those backwards. This had the ASIN 68 RC, I believe. And then, yeah, it was pretty straightforward. I'm going to kind of go through it real quick. It does have the 6.7. So we got a used G56. Let's start with the interior. Super simple. All the plastics that came in it are back in it. The only thing I removed was this plastic cover here. It just pops out, and then there's a template already in the molding of the body of the cab, and you just cut it out, and then you put your seal, which is a big rectangle looking deal. You just self tap it into the metal, and then you attach your shifter, and as you can see, everything fits. I still need to put this on, but this knob is really hard to turn off because it's rusty in there. So I'm gonna have to wait for 2 people to back me up. Everything, like I said, went back the way it came. I removed just the shifter right here and left the rubber cover on. Clutch wise, let me get a light. Clutch wise, I ordered the bushings, and then the pedals. I got a new brake pedal, so it's not wide right here. It's just narrow like the clutch. But yeah, there was a cover plate right here where your master cylinder goes through. Take that off. You bolt your master cylinder, your hydraulics in, and you got your clutch safety switch right here, which is super simple to install. You take this white cover off, and then it just pops off. To wire it, I ran one wire to the yellow and dark blue under the fuse panel. It's section B, I believe. I'll show you here in a minute. But it's super simple. You take this pin, push it out that way on your gas pedal, or I'm sorry, your brake pedal, and that's how you remove your brake pedal to replace it. And then this one was empty, so all I did is put bushings on both sides of the block and on the pedal, and then clip it back in. And you have to order a new pin and everything. So that was pretty simple. Here's your transmission controller. I put it right here just for now because I haven't driven it. I need to re-lengthen the drive line to make sure everything works, which it does turn on, and it does have throttle. And then these do take a T20 to remove all this, to remove your shifter. Let's see here. The interior, that's done already. Now, to make your clutch safety switch work, here's your fuse block. As you see, I have a posi tap. Kind of nasty because it's, it's a ranch truck. But, so here's section B. Let me see if I can get a better view on it. So there's section B. That's annoying. Okay, section B. So you got F, E, D, C, B right here. This one. You have a yellow and dark blue wire coming out. That goes down to your range selector on your transmission. So once your transmission is in park, it closes the gap and you're able to start it. So you posi tap into there, yellow and blue wire on B. Now you go from there to your clutch safety switch right there under the dash, and then you ground it out. That's all you need. That's pretty simple there. Now, the rest of it, I took out the transmission cooler, which went in between those two, the condenser and the intercooler. Took the lines out, ran my master slave cylinder all the way down. As you can see, it's coming out right there, that black cylinder. The hose is mounted right here, or your reservoir. So it goes down, everything's good up here. It's already been deleted. So we go down. So as you can see, it comes down, and then this is a new cylinder, clutch cylinder. And I did put a dual disc Valair Quiet Organic. That was pretty simple to install. Now, this was all super easy. I got a new adapter plate, and the starter I reused. Now here's the harness for the ASIN. It's pretty complicated because one's for the valve body. It's kind of a mess right now. I didn't want to cut it or get rid of it because I'm not sure if I need to, tap into a wire to make it work after I drive it or tune it. So I left it there, kind of got it out of the way. I did trace out, let's see, this is a white and green, yellow and purple. So this goes to, that goes to your transfer case light. So that tells you on the dash, if it's in high, low, or neutral, whatever. And then this one, this black harness, goes to your reverse lights, which is super easy to do. You just find on your range selector what reverse is. There's a schematic, and you just basically tie it into that reverse switch. And then your four-wheel drive rod, you just had to re-lengthen it, which is probably what, 3 inches, 4 inches back. That's all I did there. And then I did get a transmission, what do you call that? Damn transmission mount. It did come with the kit I ordered. That bolted up fairly easy. This was a stock cross member, so I didn't have to do anything there. Just everything bolts up the way it should. Moving back. This one also bolted up to the transmission. It's a Magna powertrain, M271, 272 ratio. That bolted up just fine. Like I said, have to re-lengthen the drive shafts. And that's it. That's all it needed. Super simple. It's, it took me, 3-4 days because I was by myself. I kind of had to janky jack to lift it up and to align it and everything. But that's all that took down here. And I've been trying to find a tuner or someone to reflash it, retune it, but they're super rare. These Sterlings are, no one works on them. They just, they're commercial trucks. They just drive them until they stop and then they scrap them. So I've been trying to find somebody, and I found a guy. He said, if it starts, which it does, and if it has throttle, you should be good. Now, if it was a newer truck, you have an I forgot what it was called, RFH for the key fob. That's more complicated than these. But it does work. Let's get it started here. And I did add transmission fluid. The factory, when it comes out of the factory, they add ATF +4, which is, I think, is too thin. But I did drain it, and I put ATF4. And I'm going to flush it. I'm going to brake in the clutch, because, you know, you need to brake in the clutch probably 200 miles. And after 200 miles, I'm going to drain the transmission, make sure all the debris and all the small, you know, materials in there that's out, and put probably Mobile 50, a little bit thicker. They do recommend it for heavier towing, more severe or hot weather. So I'm going to do that after 200 miles. But everything does turn on. Drive lines aren't hooked up, so it doesn't matter what gear you're in. And the clutch is not very loud for a dual disc. Now I've never experienced one of my own, but they do say they're really, really loud and obnoxious. But this one is really quiet, so I'm pretty impressed. I might do that on my next project going down the line, on my second gen. I might do an NV5600 swap on my own pickup. This is my boss's. But yeah, everything runs. You know, there's clutch in, you can hear it quieten up. Brake is off. Throttle. So yeah, should be it. It's pretty simple. Now, the newer trucks, like I said, are pretty complicated, so I'm not real familiar with those. I'm sure a lot more programming and tuning is involved, but this one went pretty easy. I don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, if you do remove this, there is some crap in there that comes loose, so you don't have a tilt anymore. At least, I don't think you did. I don't know if this one worked or not before all this worked, but it doesn't work anymore. Anyways, once I get the new tune, all these selectors are going to go away, and yeah, it should run and drive just fine. All right, see y'all later.